Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Lisa with Lisa's Faith and Budget Planning channel. I'm excited to be here today. I'm excited to be here with you, getting into my January weekly check-in, week 1. So I decided not to just do a few days of the weekly check-in, which would have been the 30th through the 2nd. I normally do a Friday to Thursday kind of check-in. The New Year's kind of threw it off and paydays kind of threw it off. So we're just going to dive in, and today is Wednesday the 8th. I am doing a no spend day because, well, it's snowing outside. Even though most of the roads are clear, it is below it's like 20 degrees, 16 degrees, something like that right now. When it gets that cold, you really can't feel the difference. But we're getting into the weekly check-in. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm excited to have you here, and I do monthly budgets, paycheck to paycheck budgets, and weekly check-ins, as well as a Mortgage Monday, which I just posted, and sinking funds videos. So, and then I close it all out at the very end of the month. So that is what I do here, and go ahead and subscribe and like and all the things. I am building my channel and would love to get to 1,000 subscribers, and you could be a part of that. I probably will do a giveaway once I have 1,000 subscribers, so look forward to that, but I have not made any plans. I'm waiting till I get closer. All right, now back to the weekly check-in. So the way I do my weekly check-in is I have these little stickers here that I cut and print for myself. Everything is mine, except for these no spins. I actually got those from Sara Marie's stickers. So let's go ahead and dive into what I have here. Now, my weekly check-ins, I keep the individual transactions here on the calendar. It tells me a lot of things when I put it here. So I have my 6 categories. I have different colors for those categories, and they're the same every month. So when at a glance, I can see exactly what's going on. Did we spend more in this area or that area of different categories, which mine are grocery, household, restaurants, miscellaneous, gas, copay, and unbudgeted. And I put all the stickers here. As you can see, it's a little sparse. Normally I have more stickers and more spending, but with the snow and ice that we've been having, I'm not really leaving the house. We did leave the house yesterday for groceries, which was here, but I haven't really left the house very much. So yeah, let's go ahead and go here to the weekly check-in sheet that I use. I check these off, and then I do the math here and check on the balances of my weekly check-in. This is the first month I've had these amounts for the balance of each category, but total combined per week or per month, total combined here, we have less than what I had been budgeting in previous months. So this is what I have left over, $2,535 for the entire month. If you're new to my channel, you may not know, on the first of the month, 80% of our income is what comes in. These are all the transactions that have come in. It's over $6,000 worth, and so 80% of the income comes in on the 30th of every month or the 1st of the next month. So they all come back in such a short period of time that everything's already at the beginning of the month, and I just kind of spread it all out all month long. So my grocery household dropped $100. It's $1,500 for the month. Restaurants was normally $600. I did do $550. I'm hoping to do less than that. And if I can get our family in a routine of less than that, then I think it would be better, but I'm not sure. Miscellaneous dropped drastically. That used to be $300. It's $160 this month. Gas stays at $250 because our driving habits don't change, except for the fact that I have snow. I am intending to pick up my father-in-law this month after a lot of the snow clears, and maybe when it warms up above freezing. But for now, we're not traveling, and I'm just not comfortable picking him up. I was supposed to pick him up Thursday, and I'm just not comfortable driving in it, mainly because I've had accidents in winter and snow, so I'm very shy about that. And then copays, I dropped them down $25 so that we can get all our prescriptions. And I got a lot of my numbers from the previous year's budgets. I took all the grocery household for the year that we spent, divided it by 12, and came up with a number, and it was $1,500, or actually below $1,500, and copays was about 68, so I rounded it up to 75 to give me a decent number in case there's a doctor's appointment we have to cover or things like that. And these I just like, you have to sacrifice. So that's what we're going to do. Once I get the totals for what we spent, I'll come up with a balance and I'll just keep bringing it forward. And every week I'll check in and say, okay, do we not eat out this weekend because we've already spent the allotted amount, or do we pull it from somewhere else in this list of income that we still have available? What do we do? So instead of looking at it from, oh, I have $2,500 for the whole month and just spend until it goes away, you may spend it too quickly. So I break it down into the different categories. Now back to the spending categories and the spending calendar here. Here's the weekly check-in. I've already written all these transactions down. I want to say there's 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 transactions, and then 3 bills total. And the reason I have bills and all these transactions here listed is because they all went on one credit card, and I have to pay the credit card back, which I've already done. So today is a no-spend day. I had Sunday and Monday was a no-spend day. Our snow came in here on the 4th, 3rd and 4th, so I picked up a few things at the grocery store to get us through, and then I had to do a big grocery run here. Okay, the first thing we're going to cover is all the grocery household. Everything I did grocery-wise was mostly a pickup, so I can actually show you what that looks like, and we're going to do that here. Now, you see that it says the 30th and 31st. That is because this is December, and my husband gets paid at the end of every month. On the 31st, we did go to the groceries. I did do a grocery pickup, and I have that. So basically, it's just typical items we have for our home: crescents, milk, juice, biscuits, things that I can cook easily and add to meals or make for breakfast and stuff like that. Some snacks for my sons that they requested: orange juice and chips and more juice. I always have to have Prego. My sons eat spaghetti twice a week on Wednesdays and Saturdays. So we're always going through that. You know, they love their frozen fries and cereals, and my husband likes the Campbell's. Oh no, this is cream and mushroom. This is when I make stroganoff, and then I got some ramen chicken noodles, and that's something I eat for lunch, just a small something. Some crackers and hamburger helper, steak, chicken, and more chicken. So the chicken breast is usually used for like chicken and dumplings. I made chicken and egg noodle with cream of chicken soup, and that turned out really good, like a chicken noodle soup. And then I also got some bananas and things like that. So that was $134.21. And I had $3.38 in coupons that day. And so I just used whatever electronic coupons that they had, and that's where that came from. The next thing I have is $5.61. That was CVS. My son had a prescription he needed to pick up, my oldest, and he wasn't charged anything for the prescription, so he didn't have to pay anything. But I did pick up some mouthwash for him, but unfortunately it was just a smaller bottle. It was a little expensive. And the snow was getting ready to come that week, and it was so cold. I just didn't want to go in the grocery store. So I just picked it up there and then waited until I got here to order on Amazon, and it came pretty fast the next day. So I got 2 larger bottles of the same mouthwash, so he wouldn't need it right away, for $23.28 on Amazon, and that was actually cheaper than what the big bottles were in the grocery store. And then over here, right before the snow hit, we did get $46.76 on odds and ends items that we needed for us to get through. And then the big grocery pickup. So last night, my husband and I picked up another grocery order, and a lot of the same stuff you've already seen: water, chicken broth, paper plates, creamer, and then what really made this purchase really high was the Osteo Biflex my husband takes, and then they had a buy one get one kind of savings. I don't know if it was 50% off or 40% off, but it was a buy one get one, and like this had a $21 discount on that one, and it was 2 bottles of this. You had to buy 2 bottles to get the discount. which I don't mind stocking up on that because these last a pretty long time. And then my sons take Centrum Men's Vitamins, and they also had a buy one, get one 50% off. And then a steak. Anytime I use up a protein, I go ahead and buy another one. So this steak is for 1 week, and then the next week I'll buy another one to have a steak dinner available in the refrigerated. I did get 2 pounds of ground beef because I wanted to make sure I had enough money to, or enough ground beef to make chili for my husband and dinner one night. So that's what I got there, and I always make a 2-pound chili ground beef thing. And then that was the total, but I had $51.96 in savings. So I used a lot of the coupons, a lot of the promotions and things like that, and that really saved me a lot of money. So it brought it down to $214.36. So Myers, I also was, while we were there picking up these groceries, we stopped and went inside and picked up 3 bags of sand and ice melt for our driveway. And that way we can use our driveway a little easier without slipping and falling. So that's $25.41. There we go. Let's total up how much I spent in grocery household. All right, we spent $449.63. So that's way over than what I'd hoped we spent, but I think I just really stocked up as much as I could. That way next week I don't have to go out unless it's like proteins or something like that that we would need, milk, little things like that that we would need. This here is what we did spend, and then what I hope to have spent was way less. So I have planned out for a 4-week period, $375 per week. So we are over budget by $74.63. So that's a little more than what I wanted to spend. But that a lot of that had to do with, we got the sand and ice melt that we weren't expecting to get, but we did because of the snow coming. And then I stocked up extra with the groceries a couple times this week, and it went over than what we normally would have. So that's okay. I'll go back and put the total in later at the end after I total all this up. The next thing we have is restaurants, and the first one here is Buffalo Wild Wings. It was an off night for me, and I just couldn't get anything done right. I don't know why that day was just so off. And my husband's like, just order Buffalo Wild Wings, it'll be fine. So I did. We did a little DoorDash. $37.06 is what we spent. And then here, again, another off day. I think I was just frantic trying to figure out, okay, how do I keep and budget the groceries but still be stocked up enough, and seeing the snow coming and then worrying about, okay, my father-in-law wanted to come up here. I just had so much going on in my head, and I completely forgot to defrost the chicken I normally fix on Thursdays. And, we ordered we went by and picked up Chick-fil-A, which was $43.50, and picked that up, which was fine. You know, I think we're still okay as far as the budget goes. This Friday, the whole family got Papa John's pizza. My husband added wings, and my sons added cheese sticks, so that added up. And all these, these 2 dinners had a tip with them, and this one we went and picked up. So that was $64.44 here. And let's see how much we spent. Okay, $145 even. That never happens. All right, next we have is miscellaneous, and my husband finally, after past couple, 2 years, 2.5 years, of making me cut his hair, which I have no talent for cutting hair, and he didn't even have it cut like a buzz cut. I can do a buzz cut and just tell me what number you want and cut it all down and kind of trim around the ears and back of the neck. But I'm not a barber. I can't do styles. I can't fade. I can't do anything. And so he finally went to a barber. It was DV Barbers, I think is what it called. So it was a $20 cut with a $7.30 tip. And I actually had some cash in my wallet that was left over from some money my dad gave me for something. I think I ordered pizza for everybody and he just paid me for his portion of the pizza and stuff. So he kept giving me money over Christmas and stuff. So I gave my husband that cash. So the next 2 or 3 cuts that he's getting, he's paying cash for. He has enough for a tip and the haircut. So we're good there. And then after that, he'll start getting regular haircuts probably a couple times a month when he goes, and we'll just fit that in the budget coming up once we see how that works out. And that's the only purchase we had. So that's good on miscellaneous, and then because I don't have a lot in that category. And then gasoline was $55.28. I am surprised with gasoline because my car normally is $65 and it's $10 less than what I used to get gas. So I guess at the prices that they are right now, it's a lot cheaper than what they were before, so that's good. Definitely where we're at, I think we're sitting at $2.80 for the gas station down the street, but I'm not sure. So that's pretty good. But when it gets closer to like $3 or like $2.99, $3, something like that, that's when it really makes a difference on how much it's going to cost me for gas, because that's where it gets in the $60, $65 range. So fun times. And that's why I budget my gasoline so high. It just makes sense to me that way. All right, now that I'm done with the purchases here on the calendar, did I check them all off? Not this one. There we go. All right, those are taken care of. Weekly check-in. We're only dealing with week 1. And we're just going to write these numbers in. So $449, 63, 145, and then 27.30 and 55.28. Zero for copay and 0 for unbudgeted. Now I have no money in the buffer my checking account, so I can't use unbudgeted at all unless we get extra income added to the bank account. So again, there's the check marks. I've already paid this, and we're going to come up with a total that went onto the credit card and how much I paid. But right now we're just going to go ahead and figure out how much money I have left, and do I have enough for the next 3 weeks that I have for the rest of the month. So this is what we're going to do. $1,500 minus the $449.63. That gives me $1,050.37. If I divide that by 3 weeks, that gives me $350 a week. So I really am going to have to pay attention not to stock up as much and just wait things out and spread out how frequently I buy and try to do it an all one trip without going over the $350. That'll get me through the rest of the month, and hopefully that will be okay. $550 for eating out, minus $145 leaves $405, and divide that by 3 weeks. I have $135 a week, and that definitely is enough for us to spend for the next 3 weeks. So that definitely works out. I'm happy to hear that, because it's very hard to get out of old habits when you're used to eating out certain days of the week or having date nights and stuff like that. Next I have miscellaneous. I had $160 minus $27.30, and that gives us $132.70, and then $250 minus the $55.28, And that leaves $194.72. I forgot to divide by 3. So let's divide by 3 here. I have $64.90 a week. I don't typically buy gas once a week. I buy gas every other week. So, and with us being snowed in, I'm not driving very much. So I practically have a full tank of gas. So it'll be a little while before I need to get gas, and I'll have plenty for the month. So let's go back and do miscellaneous. $132.70 divided by 3, and that's $44 a week in miscellaneous. So that's a good thing for me to remember if I don't want to like overspend, or if I'm making a decision, if I buy this item, it's a miscellaneous item, do I have enough to do it? If I can keep it within $44, we should be good every week for the rest of the month, and that works out. So that is what I have there. And then obviously we have not spent anything in copay. And let's do $75. And then 0 here for unbudgeted, which we're not going to do this month anyway. So there we go. That is the weekly check-in. And then I need to check in with a couple more things, which are bills. Now, all these transactions you saw on here are right here, color-coded exactly the way my stickers are, so I don't get confused. But these darker blue, these 3, that is what is actually the bills. And I can just pop here and go, okay, here's the payment. These are the bills for this weekly check-in. So that's where I can also get them. Spectrum, $109.99, Amazon Music, which is $10.59, and then Hulu Plus, with all the different stuff, commercial free, is $101.75. So those are the 3 transactions, and I'm wanting to keep the balance at $1686.71. That's kind of my 0 starting point, because that's what I'm working on paying off. As long as I'm paying all the regular stuff off, that's where that comes from. This payment is from a sinking fund. I paid DoorDash through a sinking fund, so that's a different kind of payment. I have several things going on here on that list. That's why I don't typically show it, but I don't have a bill calendar anymore, so how do I tell you where the bills are? All right, let's total this up. Okay, we have $22. And 33 cents. Cool. All right, so I'm going to add all these different totals, and this is what I have to pay the credit card, or what I did pay the credit card. A lot of times I'll do it before I come on here. That way I don't have to think about it after I film. So I have $222.33 plus the $27.30 plus the $55.28 plus the $145 plus the $449.63. Okay, so we paid back the credit card $899.54, and that is what I'm showing here. So we are good to go. That is my weekly check-in. That is me paying the credit card back for anything that we spent on spending categories as well as bills. And we are set for January. The next video I will be doing, let's see, this will be going up hopefully tonight or tomorrow. I will do another weekly check-in here on the 14th, and then on the 15th I will have a paycheck budget going up as well. So I'll have 2 videos back to back. Normally these 2 videos are on the weekend if you watch my channel regularly, Friday and Saturday, but because the way the paycheck fell all the way over here, I'm going to go ahead and do it over here in the middle of the week. So everything's kind of shifted. But other than that, everything looks good. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of my videos, please subscribe to the channel. And I will see you guys next time. Have an amazing and blessed day. Bye.
I never thought in the wildest dream I'd see you again. Never dreamed about